Under the hot, burning sun, a young girl lay on the sand. Her body was thin and weak, covered by a simple cloth. The desert was quiet and still, except for two men from a nearby tribe who were passing by. One was a young, handsome man with strong Arab features. He was the leader of the tribe. The other was his loyal servant, always by his side. When the leader saw the girl lying there, he quickly stopped. He could see she was in trouble. Without hesitation, he lifted her gently onto his horse. The servant helped, and they rode fast toward their tribe. The leader did not know that this girl held a secret that could change the future of everyone in the tribe. When they arrived, the chief ordered the wise woman of the tribe to come quickly. She was the healer and knew many secrets of herbs and medicine. The wise woman examined the girl carefully. She was shocked to find that the girl had taken poison, but somehow the girl was still alive. It was a miracle. The wise woman prepared special herbs and stayed by the girl's side. She cared for her day and night until the girl slowly opened her eyes. The healer spoke softly. "My child, what is your story? What happened to you?" But the girl did not answer. She only held a letter tightly, and tears fell silently from her eyes. The wise woman whispered again, "Please, little one, speak to me. Tell me what happened." But the girl stayed quiet. She did not say a word. She only nodded or pointed when she wanted something. Everyone thought she was just tired, but after many days, they realized she could not speak at all. She was mute. The leader decided to take care of the girl himself. He brought her to his mother's house. His mother was an old woman, kind and gentle. She treated the girl like her own granddaughter. The girl could not speak, but the old woman understood her in other ways. She made sure the girl had everything she needed. One evening after dinner, the girl noticed the old woman picking up crumbs of bread from the floor. The girl quietly went into her room and looked around carefully. She repeated this many times. The old woman became curious and watched her closely. The old woman thought, "Maybe the girl is shy to eat in front of me. Maybe she prefers to eat alone." So the girl finished her food quietly by herself. That night, everyone went to sleep, but the old woman woke up feeling thirsty. She looked at the girl's bed and found it empty. The girl was gone. The old woman was scared. She ran to wake the tribe leader. The leader jumped on his horse and started searching everywhere in the dark. The tribe's eyes searched the desert until they saw a shadow moving far away. The leader stopped his horse and stared. The girl stopped him and asked firmly, "Where have you been? Why did you leave me alone?" She did not answer his questions. She only shook her head and went back inside the house. This left the leader with many questions. He did not understand her silence or her secret. The tribe was preparing for a special event. They were going to welcome an important guest. The air was full of excitement. The girls were in the kitchen, cooking with the girl and the old woman. The leader was the father of the girl. Everyone was busy preparing food and decorations. Suddenly, the leader's eyes fell on the guest. He froze and gasped. The girl stayed silent, but looked terrified as if she had seen a ghost. The guest noticed her strange reaction and watched her carefully. Their eyes met for a moment. The girl ran forward, breathless and shocked. She quickly turned and hid in a corner. The kitchen felt like it had seen a ghost. The old woman held her tightly, as if protecting her from danger. That night, the tribe slept peacefully, but the leader stayed awake. He could not stop thinking about the girl's silence and her secret. He decided to follow her the next time she left the house. He wanted to know the truth. The girl walked for many hours over sand dunes and rocks. The leader followed quietly, making sure she did not see him. Finally, she stopped at an old well, a place no one visited. She leaned on the edge and whispered softly. The leader could not hear the words, but he saw her drop pieces of bread into the well. She looked around nervously, as if she was afraid. The leader watched her with surprise and curiosity. Suddenly, a young man appeared from the darkness. He blocked the girl's way and looked at her with suspicion. The girl stood her ground. When he tried to grab her, she surprised him by pulling out a small dagger. She held it firmly in her hand. At that moment, the tribe leader arrived. The young man grabbed the leader's arm like a hawk, but then dropped it. The girl still held the dagger. The leader looked at her with surprise. The young man was the important guest from the palace. The leader's council had no time to prepare for this. The young man drew a sword and attacked the leader. The leader was hurt, but managed to stop the bleeding with the girl's help. Then he asked her, "Why do you stay silent? Tell me your story now." The girl hesitated, but then spoke. She said she was hiding because she was afraid of her uncle, the man who destroyed her life. She told the leader she was not an ordinary girl. She was a princess, daughter of a king. Her brother was the rightful heir to the throne, but her uncle wanted power. He kidnapped her brother and threw him into the well. He tried to kill her with poison and left her in the desert. The girl begged the leader to help save her brother. The leader promised to protect her and help rescue the prince. They hid the prince in a secret room. One day, the girl was kidnapped by enemies. The tribe leader and his men chased the kidnappers and rescued her. The prince recovered and planned to take back the throne. The leader gathered the tribe and neighboring tribes to support the prince. Together, they marched to the palace. The people cheered loudly. The soldiers of the uncle could not resist and fled. The prince took his rightful place as king. The princess stood beside him, and the tribe leader stood proudly by their side. The leader was not royal, but his heart was noble. The princess smiled and said, "You were my shield and support. Stay with me forever." The leader agreed. Their story was not just about power, but about love, courage, and loyalty. Under the desert sky, their new life began. The desert witnessed the start of their story and its bright ending.